Welcome back to the Motorcycle Rescuer. The Harley's got a clean bill of health. I am the Motorcycle Rescuer, and this is Motorcycle Rescuer. I was just saying to Danny had this bike from brand new from the showroom, which will be what, 13 years now, and it was a limited edition one at all. I was just saying to him he's due a new set of fairings, and he goes, no, it looks good from a distance. And then I'm like, no, it doesn't. And he goes, well, you're at the wrong angle. I've checked every angle. But if you know this bike inside out and you know you got it new, basically Danny stopped messing around. You don't need all this wheelie bar and all of these side casings anymore. We've matured, Danny.
No, one day.
Danny says every time, you never catch my bike on the channel, and it's true. I don't know why. Me and Danny have done a lot of projects actually over the years, a long time. If I can find one, I'll throw a picture up now of the Bandit. Danny did the majority, but that was a cool project. Until we sold it. Yeah. And then the guy comes back to us and goes, he said to Danny, my mechanic saw your welding, it's the worst welding he's ever seen. But that was a stunning bike. We've done a lot of mechanical silly stuff, haven't we? Cars, bikes, over the years. Danny's just changing his rear pads on this, so no big issue. They are quite low, yeah. Very low actually. And slightly loose headstock, but I don't even feel it. Last time you said it to me, I couldn't even feel it.
That's what the mechanic said for the MOT, so just do it. So I thought
just nip it up. You should use my MOT guy, we won't notice.
Yeah, so I didn't say anything else.
They don't, my guy's great, he just says, like today I forgot to bring the full size number plate, and he says, Charlie, it's fine, just get it done. So he'll say, your indicator's out, I'll pass it, but get it done, and he knows I will, that's why. Yeah, nothing on that. Nothing on that today. That's away for a few weeks, so I'm going to leave all the panels and stuff here. We're not going to see much progression on that. And I'm going to be going back to the Triumph today. I need to reset the Payson ignition system because some idiot pulled it out. And me and John and Danny have been chatting all in different times. John's saying just pop off the right carb, give it a good clean, pop it back on. I'm saying no. Let's switch the left and right. It's so easy to do, and let's see if the problem goes with it. If the left pipe heats up slower than the right, we've blatantly found the issue. And if that's the case, we can look at getting a set of the Wassails, they're called. They're called Wassails 930s. They're basically a copy of these MLs, but they're brand new. They have great reviews online. Or we can try and clean these out. So, you're going to see Danny in the background doing his pads, and you'll see the Triumph back out, me setting up the Payson unit.
Dan, you won't recognise me anymore. I said no.
He pays me every time.
He looks that different.
Yes, he looks slim.
What did he have? Anything big? Cancer?
No, I think he was.
That was
No, but his BM he was extremely obese.
Oh, I don't know. Alright guys, so he's on video, yeah. Right, so we need to reset up the Payson unit. Very easy to do. This bushing here you need to be quite careful with. Grease it up, put it in, that's fine. Payson goes back on, I'll put the nuts and bolts back in. I want to show you something on this side, and it's see how the oil pulls up in here? That's kind of what happens on these bikes because of the side stand. There's not necessarily a fix for it. You can break the engine apart and you can change all the seals, but generally it's quite common. You should have a rear stand for these bikes. They never liked the side stands. And that's not an issue, except it's coming out the bottom and it's leaking out. So I think we've got a brand new gasket for this, and we'll use some sealant as well when at the right time. Now we're close to top dead centre, but we're not at top dead centre, so we need to pull this all the way back around, and then the arrow needs to point towards the line before we set up the payson unit. I'm not going to go over that again, we've got a whole video on that, but when the payson's set back up, I'm going to be switching the carbs left to right, because we're all curious now about that, and then we'll fire it up and see what's different. I have, yeah. So guys, we swapped the carbs around, obviously the wrong way round, but we have swapped it all around. The link tube is very important. I think I need to loosen mine up again as well to connect that up. Then we do the opposite fuel line, so Danny takes this side, I take the other side. Oh yeah, so that's my fuel line you done there, Dan. And then basically we chuck them back on and we'll kick this over, and as long as I've done the payson correctly, it will start up, and we'll see if the other pipe heats up kind of quicker than this one then. And actually we want that. That's what we want. And then we know that we need to look at the carbs, this one or that one. We have to give them another clean. Right, so if there might be some fuel drip, we've kind of just chucked the lines on, we haven't nipped them up. But, so you might see a little bit of drip, don't worry about that. The main thing we're testing is, now the right pipe should heat up fairly quickly, that's this pipe here, and the left pipe should heat up slower. It's stone cold currently. I'm praying the payson's been done correctly, so that it actually starts. So fuel flow, we might get a bit of drip. It's not the end of the world right now.
It is when he smokes beside it.
A little bit of prime. 1, 2 seconds. 1, 2 seconds. So I might need one of you to test these pipes. Where's the key?
I don't know.
He never pulls the key out.
Ask John.
Take the key home.
You don't need the key, you can kickstart it, Charlie.
He never pulls the key out.
Hey, call John. John, where's the keys?
I don't. Why would you put the key? I mean, no one's nicking it.
Yeah,
It doesn't run. Right, fuel back on.
This is the engine start smoking.
Fuel back on. I primed it already.
The engine's ready smoking.
This is the leg breaker, isn't it? Ooh.
Go on, Charlie, give it a bit.
I just want it to start a bit so I know the electrics are good.
It looks like I don't want to start.
Yeah, alright, Rab Dad, give me a minute.
Oh, it's leaking fuel now.
Yeah, that'll be alright. That's heating up quicker. That's heating up slower. Yeah. Yeah. Come and put it on the panel then.
Jesus, that's hot the right side, man.
Solved. The problem followed the carbs.
So you need to let man.
I'm just
Just
going to
got
run
to
the
clean
fuel.
the left carb.
I'm just going to run the fuel through. I can't be arsed cleaning the carb.
Stop it better, you know that.
I've turned the fuel on. Let me call him, he'll be excited. Okay, so what you saw there was that the problem followed the switch, which is what we kind of wanted in some sick way, and in another way it's not ideal. Now these cars we bought for £100 from eBay, and then we sent them off to a professional to be professionally cleaned, and rebuilt actually, and we've got all the old parts over there in a bag. So I'll get John to contact the guy and say actually, because we know that we can tune these carbs, we know the air fuel system. It's not that, it's going to be a blocked pilot jet, that's what it's going to be. Now if I was John, I'd be online buying the Wassau 930s, brand new, 180 quid for the set. That's what I'd be doing. You'd be nuts not to. But for Danny's curious, I'm curious because these are so old. I want to have a look at the jet systems, and I want to kind of give it a spray through, and just out of curiosity see what it all looks like. So I'm gonna take it apart a touch. I ain't got the funds. Alright guys, so the amals are spotless and every channel is clear. I sprayed it through, but it's not right, it's not working. And the truth is, erosion gets to them. You see the sidewalls here, they wear down. No amount of new slides or needle changes stops that. That's my opinion. Some of you might have different opinions, but they wear down. Channels wear down. The actual air fuel screw channel, I spray through, spray comes out the front like it should, but again, corrosion, it can wear down. So I think I'm going to throw these on eBay for John. We'll sell them as a kind of second-hand, half-running working pair. They've been rebuilt, and hopefully, and maybe even the Makunis as well, to get the price off the Wassaus, you see. I think that's the absolute right answer at this stage. But actually, it's really exciting, I think, that the problem followed the carbs after all the work we've done. And if you think about the issues here, right, the Makunis were doing the same thing with the old ignition set. The right side just wasn't happy. We changed all the ignition, we changed to these MLs, we got them cleaned up, and we had the problems. We've just been extremely unlucky, that's the truth. We've just happened to get 2 bad right carbs by using old second-hand ones, and that's okay. In my head now, when brand new Wassaus turn up and get bolted on, that's the answer. That it's going to start and run beautifully, and actually I can't wait now to get that, to try that. I met with Nat this morning. I saw Nat. We both happened to be taking bikes for MOT. That was nice. We had a breakfast and was chatting away, and I mean our lives couldn't be any different, you know, career-wise and family-wise, but you know, I love chatting to Nat, actually. Absolutely fascinating, and no matter how much I chat to him, I'll never learn how to paint, so that's something that just, you know, I have to get over, really. I'm not rushing with the Honda, not Rabjab, the Honda. No rush at all. It's my bike, it's going to be for next year. I'm not too worried. But the Harley, I do need to get kind of up and ready and for sale, because I have decided it's going now. But this is the bike of the year, I think, so we have to get it running well now, because we know what the problems are. I've given the Harley a bit of a wipe over, guys, for the advert. I've got the, I don't know what it is, if I'm being honest, but I've got some owner's manual stuff there. I'm going to go through it in a minute. I'm going to add the last service I did, which was new spark plugs, new oil, clean the air filter, and new coolants, because if you remember, it overheated on me. And what had happened is one of the clips on the pipe had split, so the hose split. And then I've put the side mirrors back on. These aren't the originals, these are different ones, but these ones fold. The reason I stopped using the originals is because in London you couldn't get through the traffic. The fact that these fold kind of gives it its length back as well. And yeah, as you know, I'm going to advertise it because I don't like it sitting in the garage, really. If I'm really lucky, it'll be gone by the time you guys see this video. You're going to sell it one day.
Oh, really, when I'm at money.
When you're too old to ride
Why
full
don't I
bike.
sell it? It does it what I do.
If you're keeping it, basically for both reasons, you should buy new panels. If you're selling it, buy new panels. If you're keeping it, buy new panels.
How's Thailand is a Christmas present buying you panels? How's Thailand?
The thing is, you'll buy panels and I'll go, oh shit, I dropped it. Fuck.
You won't drop it.
I dropped it the other day.
Did you?
That's why I got the new panels on it.
Onto the mushrooms?
Yeah, this side.
How you dropped it there, man?
I felt a bit weak. I fell over.
Alright guys, wrapping up for today. I've got an interesting one tomorrow for you, but I'll let you wait for that, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.